how the name came about, Body for Nobody.
Body for Nobody came like throughout this year's journey.
Right.
I know I developed it in the residency.
Right.
But then like I continued that artistic research and exploration throughout this whole 1 year. And then I felt like, you know what, the title should be something about the body.
Okay.
And going through rehearsals and finding things out from myself, within myself, with my own body. And I started with the idea of like, wait, I don't want the body to be presented in a curated dance way. But instead I want it to be like a vessel that when it was put on stage, it was supposed to be witnessed, allowed to be listened to people, with sense and sense.
Right. Okay. So this is my own personal question. Sorry, but okay. What kind of dance do you specialize in?
Oh,
my God.
I like this question.
Yeah. What? Okay. How did you start off? What genre did you start off with?
I started off.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
So there we go. Yeah, that's what.
In high school year, and then I developed the sense of liking dancing. I didn't know I didn't know that I can dance until like I have a friend who like pushed me, tarik me masuk to like some dance audition in school, and then I started to like, hey, wait, I can move. Like I have some energy in me that I need to execute.
Yes.
And then I started with hip hop, and then going to KL, I studied in dance.
Right.
And I learned a lot of traditional dances.
Okay,
dances.
right. So you slowly moved out of hip hop.
Yes,
right. Okay.
Yeah. And then that's when I ventured into contemporary. I felt contemporary has a lot of things that I can play with whatever element that I'm already embodying. The versatility in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Have you ever gotten involved in ballet, stuff like that?
Oh.
Have you?
I did learn ballet, but I wouldn't say it's like to the point like I'm on point shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Basics lah. Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. But all right, so Farish, you are the composer and also the music director for Body for Nobody.
Correct.
And how long have you been working on this project with Ethel?
I feel like almost the same time as like you started the project, Ethel. Like she reached out to me when she was like working on the choreos, and I've been working on the sound like ever since. And
What inspired? Okay, let's put this aside. What inspired you to become a composer? Because like, is this something one day you're like, oh, you know what? I love music. I love this. I love that. Yeah.
Actually, it started from like me, like my liking towards like movies.
Right.
Like movie soundtracks, and like I think I kind of like got invested in it because it's interesting, to like when the soundtracks are like really good, like those movies, and
when you talk about soundtrack, you're not talking about the OST, right? It's like the orchestra behind it, or the OST itself.
The OST itself, yeah.
Meaning like let's say One Republic, I Ain't Worried.
Kinda, but also like like the Hans Zimmer.
That's the one.
Yes,
so that one, right? Okay, cool. Same here. I'm always very intrigued by, because it moves you sometimes. It's like, yo, okay. Anyway, okay. So your main role for this project is obviously the composer and also music director, right? Tell us a bit more about that. Let's talk about a day in the life of your, Body for Nobody. How do you collaborate with Ethel? A day in the life. Let's go.
Usually I work around the music when I just like feel like doing so, because like creative block happens sometimes, and that's like the most crucial part when that happens. But like I feel like for this project, it was quite easy for me to kind of work on it, because like Ethel has been a very has provided me like like good supports and guides and stuff like that, and so it's pretty chill.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually do have a question, right? So how do you come up with the tone, the tune, or whatever you want to call it? I'm sorry, I'm not really that very knowledgeable in that. But do you watch the dance first and then you come up with the tune in your head, or like what?
Basically, I would attend to their practice sessions, and maybe like try to work on the music as well.
So you watch the dance first, and then you create the music in your head. Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Let's say she does a pirouette or something, and then what do you think?
I mean, I think based on like the reactions that they give as well.
Right.
So try to work around that. So yeah.
Okay. So how would you describe the relationship between the sound and the movement? Yeah, in your opinion, Farish.
I would say I can say that it's somewhat like parallel, despite us not being strictly constrained by the action within our roles. But like there's a lot of like call and response form in a way to my sound and their movement.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much balanced and quite cohesive, I would say. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. So body for nobody. So Ethel.
Yeah.
When did you come up with this idea? Because I know it started back in Germany. But how long did it take for you to develop this idea, to have this thing that you're having tomorrow? Yeah.
Within 1 year or so lah.
Okay. Like why? What was like the ding?
Oh, the trigger.
Yeah.
It started in residency, but then I felt like, you know what? I cannot just stop there.
Yeah.
I felt like I need to constantly research, explore within myself. And then daily checking in with what's happening to me today. I felt, because like I'm tuning very much into my internal self.
Right.
And then that's when the idea of the body is like a marker for all of the memories, experiences, who I am as a person, my identity. And then that's when the idea of the title Body for Nobody happens, and just using the body not more than just dancing. It's like there's a soul in it, there's an instinct to survive and to protect itself from any danger that's happening.
Right. I always feel I get very defensive, right? Because I like attending dance competitions. Come on, we dancers. But I always enjoy watching the performance because there's more to that than people moving around or like, oh wow, so neat and tidy the choreograph. It's more of like, because the facial expression, like you have to play with that, especially contemporary, you know. It's not like hip hop. Even hip hop, you like, you know, you always have those kind of expressions. So every time I want to attend like something like Body for Nobody, so even last year, I wanted to attend, and then I asked my friends, oh, let's just go together. And then they will always say like, I don't want, like, I'm just watching a bunch of people dancing. What would you say to these people? Because I always don't know what to say. You know, like, no, it's more than dance. And then it just stops there. I don't know how to explain anymore. So like, what would you both say?
For me, right, I think through words is not enough to like really convince people. I think to me, well, I can't please everyone. You want to come? You come.
Yes, that's why. Well, Ethel, thanks for not helping. Farish, what about you? What would you say to them? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you've got like friends as well who would want to go and watch, you know, the performance. 50% because of you, 50% is because they enjoy stuff like this, right? But what about to those who like feel like, do I really want to go and watch people dance? Like, what would you say?
I think I would convince them.
Yeah, how would you convince them?
How would I convince them?
Yeah, exactly. You see, I have this problem because I don't know how to convince people. I'm like, you're gonna enjoy it so much, but like how? And then I'm like, oh.
I feel like because like the combination of like live music and like dance, it's quite rare to have like nowadays, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I guess that is an interesting thing to kind of like witness or like watch. So maybe that could be the reason why.
Okay, cool.
"2025 has been a year of turning points, a time of geopolitical shifts, economic realignment, and rapid technological change. Through it all, Malaysia has steered ASEAN with conviction and purpose. We have drawn the region closer and carried it forward. At this defining moment, ASEAN has stood firm, stronger as one. At the heart of Malaysia's chairmanship lies the theme Inclusivity and Sustainability. It is about forging a community where every voice soars and no one is left behind, where we secure the long-term well-being of our peoples. Together, we have built new partnerships, deepened those that endure, and kept ASEAN's centrality as our compass. We have sown the seeds of a lasting legacy with ASEAN 2045, our shared future, a strategic vision for future generations. This has been a year of significance, defined by progress and purpose. Through quiet resolve, we have bridged divides and fostered dialogue. We have reinforced ASEAN's place as the cornerstone of regional architecture. We opened a new chapter by admitting Timor-Leste as ASEAN's 11th member. This reaffirms our founding vision for a united, cohesive, and forward-looking Southeast Asia. We have advanced ASEAN's geo-economic agenda by reinforcing our single market and deepening ties with key partners, supercharging our path towards becoming the world's fourth largest economy by 2030. We continue to press ahead on vital fronts, building climate resilience, deepening our digital economy, and connecting the energy grid. Malaysia's chairmanship now culminates in ASEAN's largest and most high-profile gathering of leaders to date, an assembly of the world's principal centers of power and influence. This has been a year where ASEAN proved its resilience, a year when trust held, cooperation deepened, and our voice was heard with greater strength and clarity on the world stage. As our chairmanship draws to a close, Malaysia reflects with pride on the journey we have taken together.
Looking ahead, I have confidence that ASEAN can chart our future with foresight, with confidence and determination. I am confident that the aspirations of ASEAN, of peace, of justice, of prosperity shared by all will endure for generations to come.
All right, talking about Body for Nobody, we talked about how you began developing the movement for this piece, right? So elaborate a little bit more on that. Like, you know, is it every morning that you wake up and you're just like thinking, oh, how can I, like, how's the process of choreographing this whole piece for Body for Nobody?
I started off exploring that with my own body first.
Right. So you had it in your head first?
Yeah, had it in my head first. And then try it on my body. I think dominantly I explored the quality of tension.
Oh.
Yeah, so I started off with tension, with just like, tensing my whole fist and then, transform it into the other parts of the muscles of the body. And then I tried to share that, play that together with some of the local dancers in the residency.
Wow.
And then I think from there, just sharing our process, our like experiences, sensing that as a duet or like trio. I think that is more important for me, because to be able to know what's happening in the mind more, and then to be able to articulate that to the body.
Yeah.
And then I continued that with myself again, like this whole year, and then almost towards the end of the year, 3 months before December, I worked out together with my dancers, and then there's new informations coming in and out, because different body has different rhythm, different energy, intensity. So that is what interesting to me. And then from that tension, we develop more qualities coming from out from there, like release. I also try to incorporate bounce, I think, because I don't know, my rhythm is always fluidity.
Okay.
So far that's how I worked on
Right.
How?
I mean, what people can expect is a 75-minute performance, right? Oh, sorry. Was that a spoiler?
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's like
right. Okay.
75
Oh, my God. Please stop me because I can't stop. Okay. But yeah, 75 minutes of performing.
Yeah.
Right. So how long did it take for you to choreograph this 75-minute? Because I know, I mean, for a 3-minute hip hop video, right? That one already takes 3 months, you see. I mean, from my experience. But how long did it take for you to choreograph this whole 75-minute thing?
I think I don't think about the duration at the moment. Like in
right.
the beginning process of choreographing, I didn't think of that because I feel like the body timing itself has its own
Right.
natural clock timing. But then like to compress it into
Yeah.
a performance, I have to like really articulate like which part that needs more emphasis.
Yeah.
Or like okay, we can cut down a bit of this, but then like picking the magic moment.
Yeah,
people
yeah,
say, like
yeah.
certain moments that really need time
Yeah.
for people to process and grasp the idea. That's how I work within that range of duration.
Yeah. So then how long did it take for you to master the whole choreography before you I mean, obviously you're going to teach people, right? Your dance crew. So how long did it take for you to memorize your own choreography? Yeah. Or you still haven't memorized it, right? And then your students teach you, hey, you're wrong, right? But anyway, yeah. Okay, go on.
Well, not that long lah, because like I feel the body of a dancer once they get the movement, like translates what. So it doesn't take a long time, but
Right.
to refine it, to find the right punch, takes a long time.
Yeah. So earlier on, you mentioned about the theme is based around tension, right? I mean, like you started with the tension.
Yes.
So if people go and watch, let's say I go and watch it tomorrow, will I feel tension? Farish, why is Farish keeping quiet?
I guess so.
Really? With the music, is it tension as well?
I mean, there's a lot of like sound design for it, rather than like music itself.
Right.
So there's a lot of like eeriness, kind of like weirdness into like how I kind of put out my sound. into the dance. So yes, you would definitely feel
Really?
intense.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, look, she's excited. But okay, how has the experience and the journey been so far working for Body for Nobody? Farish, this question is for you.
Personally, for me,
Why does he have to think? Oh, it's not
I
really that
think
good. I'm just kidding.
just trying to be in the same room and kind of immerse myself with the whole setting of the performance.
Yeah.
Because I think like the way how I perceive or understand the emotions of the choreo might and can be different than how the dancers convey theirs.
Yeah.
But they have been truly open
Right.
and accepting of how I try to work around the movement to express my emotions through the sound.
Right.
So I'm glad that we kind of have that presence in us. So,
Yeah. So, okay, let's just paint a picture for me and also the listeners out there. So, okay, Farish, you watch Ethel and the team dance, and then from there, you come up with the music in your head. And then, okay, you come up with the whole music, and then Ethel, you listen to the music. And then after that, you say, oh, okay, I don't like this, or blah, blah, blah. Can you change this? And then you change it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so it's like a zigzag thingy.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Cool. So how long did it take for you guys to achieve the perfect, sound and movement? Like, or is it not?
I don't think it's still perfect.
Yeah.
But I feel like with like the way how I kind of communicate with the dancers, I feel like with like enough technical jargon to appear, it's quite easy for me to adapt to their visions.
Right.
And it's like, and also just by trying out each layer 2 or 3 times or 6 or 7 times.
Right.
Until we get to a certain point where we would feel like, oh, this is good, So that kind of like mutual agreement from both parties is adequate enough for us to be satisfied with the layers.
Yeah.
So
it's quite interesting as well because the collaboration happened only like 3 months and then you just get it already. That's
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Yeah.
But what were the challenges of the creative process for you during the preparations then? Whoever wants to answer first then. Farish, let's go. Yeah, what are the main challenges? When of course creative block like you mentioned.
yeah.
And then how did you overcome that?
I think like almost similar to what I just mentioned, like just trying to like relate to how the dancers kind of, portray their emotions with the dance. And yeah, because like the way how I saw it, I kind of like perceived it like differently, like but Ethel has been like very, very, very supportive at like, you know, guiding me like how to like, oh, you should make it like sound like this, and you know, stuff like that. And yeah.
It's all right. You can tell the truth here. Come on. You can tell the actual truth. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
it's slightly stressful because you know I wanted the best sound for the performance because it's my first ever work for a dance piece.
Right.
So yes.
That's so cool. Wow. Okay, Ethel, what about you? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Because usually I do it like virtually, like online, you know, like in my room, you know. But like for this one, it's like I'm doing
IRL.
Yeah.
In real life.
Also playing it live, so it's very strict but necessary.
Okay, what's the creative, you know, challenges for you then, Ethel?
Because I'm also performing, I'm also choreographing.
Yeah.
So I have to split myself into like two.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, most of the time. So sometimes like, yeah, I sense it, but then I'm not able to see it live, which is like something I gram lah.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could see it live so I can like straight away tell myself like, wrong.
Yeah. Split personality. Oh my gosh. There we go. It would be interesting to watch it on video to see how you're actually performing. But that's pretty cool. All right. How did you manage to communicate with the dancers, you know, to work around the layers and sections? Farish, this will be the last question for you. Yeah. How did you just go straight to Ethel and say like, yo, check out your dancers, or like what? How was it? I don't know.
Usually Ethel would give me like a lot of like sound references that she wanted to have in the project. So like there was a lot of like, you know, like Sabahan elements to it, like Bungka music.
Ooh.
And
oh my gosh, that's so nice.
Church bell and stuff like that. So it's usually like Ethel would give me the ideas, like the rough ideas of it, and I'll try to put the piece together and try to also work it together with the choreos.
So I would say it's a bit of a fusion, huh?
Yes.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, it's very experimental, I would say. Yeah.
That's so nice. That's really cool. Well done to you. Congratulations. But yeah, let's move on to the final question. So what did you enjoy most about collaborating on this project? Be honest. Let's go with Ethel first then.
Apart from just creating the movements, I'm able to, you know, kind of like direct how the sound designing should be and the visual designing should be.
Right.
It's fun because I get to like, can we try this? Can we try that?
So you're playing the director role,
like,
right? Yes. Yeah.
Try that, and people usually cannot say no.
Oh wow!
Because I really like to try things. So if I'm not able to try it, I won't see the vision in it. Okay. In terms of like visual projecting, designing, using text. Oops, spoiler. But I'm using text.
Okay.
So the text doesn't just appear like PowerPoint lah.
Right.
I'm trying to curate that text can also be choreographed on the screen.
Wow.
Using how it fades in, fade out, according to the emotions of the layers of the choreography.
Right.
And then coming into sound.
And that is micro-mobility. Vintage micro-mobility. Building a vehicle from the agent up. Otherwise,
looking ahead, Huang also said NVIDIA plans to eventually build data centers in space.
Obviously, very complicated to do so. We're working with our partners on a new computer called Vera Rubin Space One, and it's going to go out to space and start data centers out in space.
At the conference, Huang also unveiled a new central processor and an AI system built on technology from Grok.
This is the secret sauce.
The move is part of NVIDIA's bid to firm up its position in so-called inference computing. That's the process whereby AI systems answer questions or carry out tasks. While NVIDIA chips have dominated the process of AI model training, which has been the focus in recent years, with inference computing, the company faces greater competition from CPUs and custom processors built by the likes of Google. Speaking at the conference, Huang said the inference inflection has arrived and that demand just keeps going up.
Oh, it's awesome. Thank you so much.
As governments worldwide ramp up efforts to keep minors off social networks, some teenagers are coming up with ways to get around it. That's according to Rick Song, the CEO of Persona, an identity verification company that helps businesses confirm age-appropriate users through ID checks, biometric verification, and fraud prevention tools. Song says Persona tests scenarios that teens may use to fool scanners, like wearing a mask with adult features or holding up an action figure.
Some kids are incredibly artistically talented at a young age. I mean, the purpose of this whole room for us and like from facial hair is to like test kind of like scenarios like that.
For years, tech companies successfully resisted pressure from child safety advocates to do more to keep kids off their services. They claimed technical limitations would make any attempt to restrict access for teens impractical, overly broad, or a security risk. Now, as a growing list of governments has concluded those hurdles are not insurmountable, they're pushing ahead with age-checking requirements. Recent advancements in AI have boosted the effectiveness and slashed the cost of age-gating tools, according to Reuters interviews with over a dozen regulators, child safety advocates, and independent researchers. Social media companies can often confidently guess a person's age group using digital breadcrumbs like the year an account was established or the type of content it views. But age assurance vendors like Persona say they offer an additional layer of checks.
We kind of stumbled into age verification because the laws are like so, I think, nuanced still right now, and every single day there's new laws coming into play. Our whole perspective is that every technology
data from Australia Persona warns that platforms are testing regulators' patience to, quote, see what they can get away with.
Yes.
So hardline that even some of Iran's leaders thought he was too aggressive. Isn't that correct?
That is the intelligence community assessment, yes.
Mushtaba, the son, is particularly close to the brutal Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and their most hardline commanders, correct?
That is the intelligence community assessment.
He was involved in ordering violent crackdowns on Iranian protesters, including their murder, correct?
Yes.
And we don't know if the son will continue his father's religious ban
in Iran. And it's not lost on me that as we sit here, we have one side of the dais talking a big game on threats, and yet they're unwilling to even fund our Department of Homeland Security. I want to thank President Trump's leadership in each of your efforts. Because of your efforts, Americans are safer today with 2 less despots to deal with. Nevertheless, there remains work to be done. While Venezuela and Iran are in decline, aggression from adversarial nations like China and Russia and near constant threats of terrorism and cyber warfare continue to persist. The Chinese Communist Party in particular remains a top adversary that routinely deals in bad faith, and this was highlighted most recently by White House Office Director of National Drug Control Policy Sarah Carter when she delivered recent remarks in Vienna saying, quote, "We know that China's weak export controls and lax enforcement allow its chemical industry to foster friendships with the drug cartels. At the same time, China's overly effective controls over rare earth minerals wreak havoc on legitimate industries," end quote. Of course, we're now seeing reports of a new synthetic opioid called cyclorphene that is said to be 10 times more potent than fentanyl and undetectable on fentanyl test strips. As you know, President Trump may meet with President Xi in the near future, where trade and export controls will most certainly be discussed. Director Gabbard, what is your assessment of the quality and quantity of AI compute that China can indigenously manufacture?
The majority of this question should be addressed in a closed hearing. The intelligence community's assessment is that China continues to rapidly advance its AI capability.
Do you assess that export controls on semiconductor manufacturing equipment and AI compute have been effective, slowing the development and deployment of Chinese AI?
The intelligence community's assessment is that one of the effects of those export controls is China has increased its focus on developing its own organic capability.
What do you assess would be the economic and national security impacts if the U.S. decided to loosen export controls and allow the sale of NVIDIA Blackwell GPUs or large numbers of H200s to China?
I don't believe there is an intelligence community assessment on that specific scenario.
I think that these national security implications should be weighed heavily when conducting these talks, considering that fentanyl overdoses are only down in the U.S. thanks to the President's leadership in securing our borders and taking the fight directly to the cartels in our hemisphere and not the empty words and actions of the Chinese Communist Party. Our adversaries are constantly conducting cyber operations on U.S. government and private sector networks to steal information and money or conduct disruptive cyber attacks. We've just been tracking the Chinese Typhoon actors for several years. And just last week, the Wall Street Journal reported that Salt Typhoon actors, which were responsible for targeting U.S. telecom, may have accessed sensitive FBI networks. I may have more to follow up on in the closed session. For now, I want to discuss how the overall U.S. government posture is going to change based on President Trump's cyber strategy, which was released last week. Been frustrated for some time about the unwillingness of prior administrations to decisively take action, including the use of offensive cyber operations. Director Patel, beginning with you, what can we expect from the FBI moving forward to be more aggressive on both defensive and offensive cyber activity?
Thank you, Congressman. So as you stated, the President just launched the new National Security Cyber Strategy, and within that is what the FBI just launched 60 days ago. It's the most comprehensive cyber program we've ever put out called Winter Shield. And what we do, connecting Pillar 1 and Pillar 4 of the President's strategies, is go on offense and defense. And so what we've done already is, while we are always going after nation-state actors, we also have to engage with the private sector communities because they are going after the private sector as well. We've held 355 engagements in the last 60 days with enterprises across America to harden their networks. And as you recall, just a couple of months ago, our banking infrastructure was hit by a ransomware attack from overseas. In one weekend, the FBI disrupted and kicked off every one of those bad actors from that network, saving the American people their valued billions in those bank vaults. So this is some of the things we're doing, but we need constant engagement with the private sector.
Great. General Hartman, what efforts are underway at NSA to bolster intelligence collection and threat detection and coordination with other federal agencies to target adversary cyber operations.
Congressman, thanks. Significant effort to really focus our cybersecurity director, working very closely with Director Patel and our Cybersecurity Collaboration Center, which has thousands of analyst-to-analyst relationships with private organizations across the country. We need more work, not just from an offensive standpoint, but working across government and certainly working across private industry. And we're both dedicated and resourced to doing that, Congressman.
Thank you for what you do. Yield back.
Gentleman yields. Mr. Quigley.
Thank you. Lightning round, please. General, I understand tomorrow is your last day before retirement?
Yes, Congressman.
I can think of better ways to finish things for you, but we appreciate your being here. I want to respectfully ask you and each of you, if you have full-time personnel dedicated to analyzing and collecting foreign threats on the 2026 elections, and if so, just yes or no, and how many personnel we have.
Congressman, I'll get you the exact number, but certainly we have people paying attention to those threats.
Thank you.
Congressman, yes, we have an election crimes coordinator in each one of our 56 field offices and election crimes coordinators at headquarters.
Thank you.
Yes, we have personnel dedicated both to election security as well as foreign intelligence related to election influence.
Thank you.
Yes, we do as well. I don't know the numbers, but what we do collect, then we contribute to the larger IC coordination.
Thank you.
Representative Quigley, we do not, to my knowledge, have anyone at DIA on that topic.
A question again for all of you. Well, first, Director Gabbard, you've seen the reports about whether or not Russia has helped Iran in targeting in the current war in Iran. Can you confirm that, or is that something we're going to save for a closed session?
We'll save that for the closed session, sir.
But within that context, on CNBC, Steve Witkoff said on a recent call with President Trump, Russian leaders deny they were sharing this target information, shock, surprise, all that they would do that about U.S. military assets with the Iranians. Mr. Witkoff said, so you know, quote, we can take them at their word. Let's hope they're not doing this. Just from your own sense, and for many of you who have been fighting in the Cold War for a long time, a long lost sense of a Reagan doctrine, just General, it is your sense that you can take Putin at his word on anything involving military, diplomatic, or intel assessments?
Hey, Congressman, from an intelligence standpoint, we don't take anyone at their word. From a foreign standpoint, we execute intelligence operations to provide that information to decision makers.
I appreciate that. Mr. Patel, Director.
I agree with the General.
Yes, I agree. We don't take anyone at their word. And from an intelligence standpoint, we don't rely on single sources of intelligence and always look for multiple sources to confirm.
Director.
Yeah, Congressman, I actually answered this question yesterday. I don't take Putin, Xi, Kim Jong-un, Supreme Leader, any foreign adversary leader at their word. Rely on our intelligence to reflect what those adversaries are actually doing.
General.
We absolutely do not take any of those enemies at their word.
Can I get a hallelujah? Ms. Gabbard, I understand that you have to put your own personal views aside in your position, but I honestly think that the issue our grandchildren are going to be most upset about us with is climate change. So, you know your quote, and when you talked about climate change as a member, it threatens the safety and security of the planet, especially in places like Hawaii, where we are already experiencing its devastating effects. But respectfully, it's not in worldwide threats. Used to be in worldwide threats. So help me understand, who makes the final decision on what goes in here and what is a threat?
Congressman, it's a collection of the intelligence community's assessments that the National Intelligence Council and our experts there work on. This year, we've structured the annual threat assessment around the President's national security strategy to address the most tangible and direct threats to our security and our interests.
I get that part. Did you make the case that maybe climate change should be considered a worldwide threat when we are this collective process? Did you make the case with what you said not that long ago?
Yeah, once again, we focused on the most tangible and direct threats, given the complexity of those threats that exist here and on the homeland and around the world.
So that's stating that that climate change isn't in any way a tangible threat now or in the future. It's basically saying we think so little of it as a threat, we don't even mention it.
I think the changing of the climate, the weather, the environment is a factor that goes into the different intelligence community assessments on effects.
Gentleman's time has expired. Ms. Tinney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you so much to our briefers and for your service to our country in multiple cases for some of you. And everyone who serves in the intelligence community to give the support to everyone that's serving. I fully support President Trump's efforts through your agencies over the last 18 days. We have to emphasize it's only been 18 days. And I think it was a courageous decision. And to the American people, I know many have recited this, but for the past 47 years, Iran has been the world's largest sponsor of terrorism. The Islamic Republic of Iran has operated with impunity. They've destabilized the Middle East, brutalized their own citizens, and have the blood of countless Americans and others on their hands, and now they're paying the price for that despotism. And I want to thank our service members and President Trump in making these difficult and stunning decisions. But it is also stunning what the Iranian people and so many in the Middle East and around the world have suffered from the regime. And I want to point out that in 2022, when Mahsa Amini was killed in the hands of the so-called morality police by the Iranian regime,